We are going live. Come join us. InspiredChoicesNetwork.com/chat room.
If you could change any choice you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of the Inspired Choices Show, business optimization expert, Christine McIver.
That's right. That's me. Welcome, 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 everyone. I am really excited to be here tonight. And I'm really happy that you're here, whether you're listening live and you're joining us on one of our live platforms, hello, or you're listening in a replay. I'm thrilled that you chose to come and play with us tonight. So we're going to be talking all about business as we do every single week. And we're going to be talking about, are you comfortable in your business chaos? And if you don't have any business chaos, well done. And if you don't have any business chaos, I'm going to challenge you that it can actually be a gift. We're going to go into all sorts of different directions with this show tonight, and I'm excited to have you join us. You can actually come over to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com/chat room, and you can actually be asking questions live. And if you are interested, you can also ask questions live over audio, live during the show, and I'll answer your questions. So we haven't done that for a while, so that'd be fun. If you have the nerve and you have the have a question that you're dying to have answered live, I would love for you to do that. So before we jump into the show, let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. I am a business optimization expert. I'm also the CEO and founder of the Inspired Choices Network, the platform that we are live from. We have been Inspired Choices Network has been around since 2017, and I have been a business expert and most recently a business optimization expert since 2008. I absolutely love what I do. And one of the things that really lights me up is when I'm working with clients who have doubts and concerns about where they are and where they're going and really struggling and having some fear come up. I love working with them to show them what the real possibilities are. And what really lights me up is when they start to have pleasure with their business. So I work with entrepreneurs and I show them how to lay out a strategy for at least 6 months to a year out in front of them. I lay out a strategy to help them with their social media marketing, how to create content, how to repurpose their content, how to really load their finances, and so much more. So if you are someone who's in their own business and you are really looking for support, you're really looking for guidance, and you're ready to really take your business to the next level, I would love to hear from you. You can contact me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca. And wherever you're listening from, there'll be contact information there or all across social media. So I really want you to think about this. Your business deserves to be as robust as you desire. And a lot of times what holds us back is not knowing what we should be doing or how we should be doing it. Well, here's a really important piece. You're not supposed to be doing this all alone. You didn't come to a planet of one. You're at a planet of 7 billion plus people. And when you actually work with experts, you get to become an expert more in your field because you can focus in on what is important to you. So please keep that in mind. And let's jump into tonight's show. So, are you comfortable in business chaos? Have you become so comfortable in the chaos in your business that you believe that this is actually it? Have you ever thought about that? Do you ever feel like each day you're waking up and you're just, pulling your butt ahead every day? You're just doing the best that you can do to get through the day. And you just think, well, why bother trying any harder? Because this is it. Many people feel that way today. And many people that are quite successful have felt like that as well. While there are times and degrees of chaos in business, there is also advancement, change, and progress, that should follow each and every time you have been in chaos. What if you could choose out of your comfort into your advancement in your business? What if you could do that? What if the idea of change can be something that is not unnerving? What if the idea of change can actually be something that you could get excited about? What about the idea of being stuck in the insanity of your chaos? Have you ever thought about how long you can handle being in the chaos any longer? You don't need to be in chaos. You don't need to stay stuck there. And you don't need to feel like there's not other possibilities available to you. So I'm going to maybe review some of the things that I often speak about in other shows. They're a good reminder. They're good for all of us to remember as we are looking at being in our own business. So the first thing that I know is that your business came to you to come through you. The ideas that you had, go back to that moment in time when you first started thinking about starting your own business. Most people can recall that moment, and that moment was filled with excitement and possibilities and the energy of, I know I can do this. I can see it. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I want to tell the world, right? We're just over the moon excited, right? Know that when that idea came to you, it was because the energy that you were being in that moment and time matched that idea. Everything in the universe is energy, and everything matches to each other. We match the energy to friendships. We match the energy to family. And sometimes when it no longer matches, those relationships in family end. We match the relationships to our jobs, and we match the relationships with the energy of who we are to our businesses. So that business came through you because you were a match to it. That business is also there as your partner. So please know that you're not, even though we talk about being a solopreneur, you're not a solopreneur. You're never alone. Your business has its own entity. It has its own energy, and it actually is something that you can communicate with. That's something that I do all of the time, communicate with my business and communicate with my clients' businesses in really helping them to move forward. And it is something that you can learn quite easily. But your business is its own entity, and it has its own energy. So therefore, because it has its own energy, unique from your energy, it can communicate with you, and you are not alone in your business. You have a partnership, whether it's a physical human or not. You have a partnership, and that partner is actually going to be one of the best partners you're ever going to have in business, because that partner was as excited about the adventure together as you were in the very beginning. And that partner has no desire to be in fear. That partner has no desire or even an energy of possibilities to be in worry. Your business only has the energy of growth and possibilities. Now, when you are in a lower vibrational energy, when you're feeling fearful or you're feeling worrisome, it's not that your business stops producing for you. It's that you're not sending out the energy to attract in more of the possibilities. And I'm not going to get deeply into that tonight, but please know that your business is always there for you to help you to succeed and fulfill your desires. So keep that in mind as we go through tonight. So let's talk about business chaos. Business chaos is honestly something that is going on for everyone at all times. But the way that you look at this, the way that you perceive chaos is completely up to your perspective. I just want to get something. I want to get the definition, the original definition of chaos. And sorry, I didn't have this ready before we begin. Just one second. So chaos, the original definition of this was a noun in the late 1400s. It's a gaping void. It's empty and immeasurable space. Now, when we think of chaos, we think of things going crazy, right? That's not the first thing that it says here with the noun. It's it also goes on to say in the 1600s, it was changed to utter confusion. And I believe that that is where we operate from in chaos, is utter confusion. It goes on to say the void at the beginning of creation, the confused, formless, elementary state of the universe. And then it goes on to say that the Greeks used it in the terminology of disorder. So what is very interesting is I know that word chaos can have different types of meanings. So when we're talking about business chaos, and what I intended with the original definition of the show write-up is about the chaos of it, about the confusion, right? And what I know is that a lot of people have confusion and chaos in their business or in parts of their business, and they've resigned themselves to it. So you could be doing really great with, let's say, your marketing. Your marketing could be very clear, but your finances could be in chaos. Now, you could be doing great with your finances, but your communication, your marketing, and your sales could be in chaos. You could be doing great in 50% of the areas of your business, and another 50% could be utter chaos. When I say chaos, I am talking about confusion right now. And here's the thing is when you are in chaos in some of these other areas, let's talk about finances because that's an easy example. When you are in chaos in your finances, eventually what is going to happen over time, you may be doing really well in a lot of areas, but if you are in chaos in your finances over time, what is going to happen is that is going to spill over into the rest of your business. It's going to spill over into your life. It's going to eventually affect your health. These areas, there's critical areas in your business that when they're in chaos, they can have a widespread reach into your business and into your life. And that's certainly something that we don't want to have you do, right? But think about this. If you're out here in the business world and you're online doing business, which most of us are doing right now, but whether you're online or you're in person, if you're doing the work, the daily work where you're doing, connecting with clients, customers, doing the sales, educating people, marketing, promoting, having conversations, maybe training your team, maybe you're doing all these different things. And at the end of the day, you don't understand your finances. You don't know that you're actually losing business on every single sale. You don't understand how much money is coming in, how much you need to be projecting for taxes, how much you need to be projecting for upkeep of maybe your physical location, upkeep of your assets like your computer, maybe your workspace. If you do not have a handle on your finances, you are going to be creating chaos, because eventually what can actually happen is you can go into absolute insanity over fear and worry, and people have neglected their finances. They've left it in chaos to the point that they actually had to close up their business. They loved what they did. They actually had customers coming in, but they could not sustain their business anymore because they did not have that clear. Now, can you imagine being happy with what you're doing, but not having the resources or the time to actually save your business from actually forcing it to being shut down? And that can absolutely happen. And how will that then affect you in your life and in your body, right? It will really, really impact you in a way that it could have a long-lasting, years on end impact. It can affect your family. That's just one area. If you have business chaos in, say, marketing, and you don't know how to take your message out to the world to attract people to have conversations with you, and for you to be able to learn how to follow up with them, how to communicate and nurture those relationships, you're going to have business chaos because you're going to be scrambling in fear that you're not going to be able to keep the business going. So you understand what business chaos can be from the confusion side of it. It can be incredibly difficult. Now, what oftentimes happens is the confusion is fueled by the mindset of the owner, by the belief system that they are operating from, and from the people that they surround themselves with. If you are surrounding yourself with people that are in fear in their business, if you're surrounding yourself with people that doubt your abilities as an expert in your field, it is going to have an impact directly or indirectly on your mindset, on the way that you operate your business, and on the way that you show up in the world. These are all very important pieces that impact our business chaos. Now, we're going to go for our break. When we get back, I'm going to talk about some of the day-to-day from the business chaos perspective, but then we're going to get into the other bit of chaos that is actually on the quote unquote positive side. So you are listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. Don't go away. We'll be right back. I hope you will be too.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Yes, here we are. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for sticking around. Tonight, we are talking about, are you comfortable in the business chaos? So why would somebody actually be comfortable in the business chaos? Why do you think you might be comfortable in areas of your business that are business chaos? Well, you might think that, like I said before, that this is all it is. This is as good as it gets. You might believe that perhaps every business owner has this type of issue. You hear people complaining all the time, so it must be normal, right? Maybe you believe that you don't have the ability to do any better. Maybe your belief in yourself and being successful is not in line with your wishes. You know, a lot of times people have a lot of wishes about what they would like to have in their business. They've got a lot of dreams, but they don't take it to fruition. They don't take it seriously, and they actually don't really buckle down and do what's required to get them to the place where they desire to be. The belief system in ourselves has such a huge impact on how we show up in our business and how seriously we take our business. I know a lot of people, you know, that I've been clients with over the years, and a lot of people that I've watched in business, they don't take themselves seriously. And I think it does have a great deal to do with their self-esteem, with their self-worth, with the messages that they are giving to themselves. And they're oftentimes are looking outside of themselves at what other people are doing and how they're doing it. And they're watching somebody else's success. And they're thinking, well, I could never do what she does, or I couldn't be as good as she is, or, he's obviously way better than I am. Like, who am I to think that I can be that successful? Who are you not to think that you could be that successful? Why not you? Why not you? If you have something on your heart, a desire on your heart that you want to bring to the world, if you want to serve the world, if you want to bring your expertise out to the world and support other people moving forward in their lives, or in their business, or in their relationship, or in their parenting, or in their finances, or in their whatever area of their life, or whatever you want to be teaching to the world, if you have something on your heart or products that you want to sell, and you really believe that they can be a contribution in the world, why not you? Why would you not be, really what's the word when they take why would you not be knighted to be successful? Why would you not be crowned someone who can be as successful as the next person? There's no person that is, quote unquote, more worthy of success more than you. There isn't. There is no competition. There truly is no competition other than the competition that is in your brain and the belief system that you have about yourselves. That's the space that's stopping you. And that's truly where the chaos begins, is in your mind, is in what you believe about who you are and how you show up in the world and what you really will be given. We think that everything is given to us, and in a way it is, but it is more than that. It's more than the given. It's what we are willing to receive. When you show up in the world with your expertise and you believe in who you are, you have an energy that's going out to the world, and you're saying to the world, I know who I am. I know my area of business. I know my area of expertise. And I believe in what I teach. I believe in what I provide. I believe in the products that I create. When you have that energy, you don't have to do push sales. You don't have to do massive marketing. You don't have to try to blow smoke up everybody else's, in order to get them to say yes to you. I've been in business, as I said, for many years. I've done some ads and promotions. And, there's lots of people out there that say, Christine, you should be investing a lot more into marketing and marketing and marketing. That doesn't work for me, because what really works for me is knowing that A, I'm an expert in my field. B, I put the energy out that I am here to support other people. And I know that I can. I believe in what I do. And I know that we here, especially at the Inspired Choices Network, have built systems that are absolutely fantastic. And that my team they're confident in what they're doing so that we can deliver to our client base, right? And when people connect with me and they pick up the energy of who I am and the belief that I have in myself before I even say a word, it changes everything. Yes, I have people refer people to me and the network and to me and my business coaching all the time. I do have referrals that come in. But the people that are referring people to me, they believe in what I'm doing and they trust that I'm confident in what I am doing. I'm not blowing smoke. And when somebody gets on a conversation with me, there is no push sales for me. I don't need to push sales, because I know that when I believe in myself, just like I want you to believe in what you do, people will choose you if it's a right fit for them. And if they don't choose you, that's okay. There are close to 8 billion people in the world. There is plenty of business in the world for every single business owner. There truly is. If every single person was in their own business, there'd still be plenty of business for everyone. It's absolutely true. We're not all doing the same thing. There's opportunities that are available. But when you are in the chaos in your mind, the chaos in your heart, you're going to create chaos in your business. And you're going to get comfortable if you're not willing to challenge yourself. Are you willing to challenge yourself out of the comfort of the chaos in your business? Are you willing to really do what it takes to change what has not been working for you? And the first thing you have to do is you have to acknowledge, okay, I have chaos over here. And everybody has had chaos in their business at one time or another. I absolutely have had chaos in my business. I have hired people to do jobs. I hired an accountant a while ago to do a job that I believed this individual could do the job, and it created a great deal of chaos in my business. And the thing of it is I am now willing to challenge when people are doing something that I'm paying for, and I'm willing to know what they're doing. I don't just say, here you go, here's the books, here you go, here's the job to do, here you go, and walk away and don't watch what's going on in my business. I'm not doing all the work in my business, but I'm certainly aware of what other people are doing. And as a business owner, you need to be aware of what people are doing. You need to be checking in with them. One, they feel supported and connected to you. Two, your business knows that you are supporting it all along the way. And three, you can see when something starts to go off the rails, that something is not right. There's no need to feel any shame with any business chaos. There's no need to feel any worry with any business chaos. But there is an opportunity for you to learn about what you have been doing and what you haven't been doing. So what I'd like you to do right now is I would like you to think about the different areas of your business. What area of your business do you feel like you're struggling in? What areas of your business do you feel like, I don't think I have this down pat. I don't think I know what I am doing in this area. I don't feel confident. And here's how you know that you might not feel confident is you won't share it with somebody else. You're kind of, keeping the cards a little close to your chest. You don't want the other people to know about it, right? I have a client that her computer was in absolute chaos, and she was willing to be like, okay, here's my computer, help me. I don't understand what's going on and I need some guidance. And oh my gosh, it was a challenge, but we got through it. And now things are really starting to run smoothly and creating more ease in her day because she's not scrambling all the time with the computer. That's one area that you can have chaos. Another area you can have chaos is not actually having a business plan. Do you have a business plan? And what is a business plan? What is a business plan? A plan is, just think of it like a map. It literally lays out the direction that you are going and what you want to be doing along the path. What are going to be some of the stopping points along the path? What do you want to journey through in your business plan? What is it that you want to be growing and building? And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go from zero to, $1 million in growing your business. Your business plan can be very simple steps, but it's always steps moving forward. Do you have a business plan? You should have a business plan for at least 6 months to a year out. And when you have that business plan, you really have your guide, right? You've got your guide in the direction that you're going to be going. And whether you succeed in all the areas of that business plan or not, it is a guide. And then it becomes a reference tool when you create your next business plan. Where did I succeed? Where did I exceed? And where did I fall a little short? What do I need to be revising? Where do I need to maybe get more training? Where do I maybe need to hire somebody expert in their field? This is how you're going to learn your gaps. One of the things that actually is business chaos is when people just have their head down and they just keep going and they keep going. Now, we often think that, well, that's something that really speaks to their success and how successful they're going to be. Not necessarily. If you have your head down and you're just burrowing and burrowing and burrowing, how are you going to see when there's something in front of you that you need to be paying attention to? How are you going to see the flashing lights that are saying, stop, 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 you need to be paying attention to something? You need to be stepping back as the business owner and evaluating on a macro level, really looking at, does this match the business plan that I want to be going through, right? It's not about push. It's about planning. It's not about more. It's about, does this make sense for where I want to go in my business? Do you have an idea of really what you want this business to look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, maybe when you retire? Do you really know what you would like it to be? If you don't, it's okay, but those are some of the areas you want to start looking at. All right, we are already up to our next break of the show. Do stick around. I got a lot more insight that I want to share with you, and I would love to hear your questions and your comments wherever you're listening or watching from. Please be sure to put down a comment or send me an email, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca, and let's have a conversation. You're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm Christine McIver on the Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. We are having some fun in the chat room. You are missing some very funny comments. And I'm talking about my nose being itchy, which often happens during a show, which is so convenient. But who cares? It's just an itchy nose. Anyways, tonight we are talking about, are you comfortable in your business chaos? You know, one of the comments in the chat room is about a long-term plan. When you have a long-term plan in your business, then you know what you need to do, the steps you need to do to get to that long-term plan. But if you just have your head down, as I said, and you're just doing the same thing every day, you miss the opportunity to engage with the possibilities of growth. You miss the possibility of looking at what else you could be adding to your business. You miss the possibilities that are out there, the ideas that are out there. When you are in the planning stage, when you're in the question and curiosity stage with your business, you're actually sending a question out to the universe, and the universe will deliver information to you. So one question that I've asked all the time, it has become such an automatic for me, and I genuinely mean it. It's not just an autoresponder, it's an automatic. When I create something and there's a new thing that we've added to the business, I will say, okay, what else? what else? And I say that from the energy of excitement because I love to create and I love to see the opportunities expanding for the business. I love to see the opportunities expanding for the team. And I love to see the opportunities expanding for our clients. So when we create something new, it inspires me and it contributes to others. So when I ask what else, I don't have an expectation in my mind. I don't have any definition in my mind, but I am putting out to the universe, hey, I'm open to receive more amazing ideas. And they come, they're constantly coming. I have a list of things, and we've got something new that's going to be coming out in the fall. I can't wait to share with everyone, but the ideas are endless. There's endless ideas when you are willing to receive more ideas. But when you're in chaos, when you're overwhelmed, when you don't know what direction you are going, when you feel like you're drowning, maybe you're drowning in paperwork, maybe you're drowning because you have too many emails going back and forth trying to get people to book an appointment with you, when you are running back and forth with the accountant because you don't know what the right numbers are, when you're maybe fighting with the tax man, or you are worried about things breaking down, equipment breaking down, when you're worried about how you are going to be able to manage to pay your team, when you're in any of that chaos, you can't receive more. You can't. I'm telling you 100% you can't. And I'll tell you why. First of all, what happens is when you are in chaos and you start to really acknowledge, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. This is insane. And your stress levels start to rise. What you do energetically is you start to contract. Okay. When you start to contract, it's like walls start to go up around you. You're not in your creative space. You're not in, when those walls go up, you start to shut down receiving. You start to shut down on receiving. Now, if you're in business chaos right now, if there's areas in your business that you absolutely know need your attention, you don't want to receive. Let's get things organized. Let's get things in a space. Oh, excuse me. Woo. Feel better. Let's get things organized. Let's get things into a space of functioning and ease. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Let's get things into a space that it's going to be more pleasurable for you to function in your business. And then when new business comes to you, your frantic is not going to go up. What's actually going to go up is your excitement. The universe cannot give you more when you are in chaos. It cannot. So it's so important that you understand that and you evaluate your business. So if you were to evaluate your business right now and you were to really look at the areas that are in chaos, what areas would you write down? What areas would you write down that are in chaos? Are you poor at organizing? Is your organization of your planning, is that out of whack? Are you overwhelmed with emails? I can't tell you how many people I have worked with and just shook my head at the emails. Honestly, it gives me anxiety when I see people's emails just out of control, because there is no way you are tracking more than 50 emails in your inbox and being efficient with it and not getting stressed out. I am telling you, when you are in email chaos, it impacts so much of your business and your body. You miss things all of the time, and you're going to miss nurturing relationships. I can tell you that 100%, and opportunities that may be coming your way. Are you in business chaos with your finances? Do you have proper business processes? That's a huge area of business chaos, that people haven't written out their processes. They're called standard operating procedures. They haven't written out what they do and how they do it. When I started to grow my business, everything was in my head, and I had to start getting all of those steps out of my head. And then I would work with a team member and I would walk them through the training, and we would have the steps there. And there would, as I was teaching, there would be many steps that I had missed. And so we kept growing that and kept tweaking that and evaluating that. That process supports the business, it supports the client, and it supports the team member to be able to really work efficiently and know that they're being successful based on those processes. So do you have business processes in place? Do you have accountability? Lack of accountability with yourself, with your team members, with services that you hire for, not holding yourself accountable or anyone else that provides any aspect to your business, that can create a lot of chaos, because people can be going off and doing different things that are not under their role, that they're not expected to do. You could be having duplication. And if you're paying people and there's duplication going on, you're paying double for that. It can really create such dysfunction in the team and in the business, and that energy will affect the business, and the clients will pick up on that energy as well. Another thing is not paying attention to the performance, not paying attention to your numbers, not paying attention to what you are doing, what you're investing in, and how that is actually contributing to you. You know, there are lots of different opportunities to work with organizations and companies that can support you. And it's so important that you revisit not only your plan every month, but also what they're supposed to be providing. Revisiting your plan, your 6-month, your 12-month plan monthly is so important. It's incredibly important. Visiting your finances every month is incredibly important. Just don't do them just once a year, because every year you're going to have anxiety and you're not going to be where you want to be. But it's also very important that you're revisiting how you're providing your services and how people are providing services to you. Is it still working? Does it still make sense? And is there another business out there that could be providing something even greater for you? Right? So business chaos has a lot to do with where you want to go and how things are operating efficiently. But most important, the business chaos is in your mind. So when I'm mentioning all these different areas of your business to look at, what's coming up for you? Are you wanting to just run and hide? Are you wanting to just like turn off and not think about all these areas? Does it make you uncomfortable to think about these different areas that require your attention and your focus? If you get a yes on even 10% of that, there is an area of your business that you are comfortable in the chaos because you're not willing to look at it. Karen says, I used to want to run, and with working with you, it is now not so scary. Well, thank you, Karen. I'm glad that that's true. You know, for me, when I look at business, I look at it like a puzzle. And I look at things that can fit properly and things that don't fit. I look at you as a business owner and what you want, what you desire in your business, the actions that you've taken, and also where the gaps are in different pieces of business. I want you to remember this. This is so, so important, that if you're not an expert in business, please don't beat yourself up, because that's not your area of expertise, right? It's like a doctor. I'm not a doctor, so I'm certainly not going to try to doctor myself, but a doctor who is in his own business shouldn't be trying to business his own business. Do you know what I'm saying? Every single person that's in their own business should have a business coach, whether it's someone that you hire, once every 6 months to review the status of the business, the plan, to redo the plan, to really start to move it to the next level and have that person see different perspectives than you see and challenge you, or it's someone that you work with week to week. It's going to depend where you are in your business and what your desires are. Remember, business coaches, life coaches, and most certainly business coaches, they started because people didn't have someone around them. Entrepreneurs did not have someone around them that would challenge them. that would really hold them accountable to step up to what they say they're willing to step up to or desire to step up to. So if you are not challenging yourself and you're in business chaos, who better than a business coach to really support you, guide you, and give you the kick that you need once in a while? We all need it. I get challenged all the time from my coaches, all of the time. And it is the best thing that I ever did. But here's the thing. I'm not an expert in every single solitary area where I need support. I am great in a lot of areas, but when I want to get even better in another area, I seek support from someone else. That helps me to grow. That helps me to do a really good evaluation. And, when we're up close and personal to our business, we can't see the chaos we might be creating, and we can't see the resolution, what really could change it for us. Your mindset and your choice to really stay and look at what's going on, or your choice to be like, I'm out, I cannot handle this, I can't even think about this, is really very telling. Now, I want you to know that when you are in business chaos, it can be very emotional. And you can feel like you're falling and it's too much to handle. I understand that, and I have been there, most certainly. Remember that if this title has drawn you in, there's a part of you and there's a part of your business that is ready and able to take it on. You actually wouldn't even see this title. You wouldn't even see this title if you weren't ready for it. And that's the truth about a book. That's the truth about anything. Do you ever see a book and you don't see it? And then 10 years later, somebody goes, hey, Christine, you should buy this book. And you go, I actually think I have that book, but you've never read it. That's because you weren't ready for it at that time. So you wouldn't be listening to this show if you weren't ready on some level. Ask yourself this question. If I don't pay attention to the chaos in my business, can I sustain the way that I'm operating in my business for another 5 years? For another 2 years? For another 6 months? If the idea of the level of chaos continues for another 6 months, really impacts you hard, like it really is like, oh God, I can't even imagine doing this for another 6 months, then you need to pick up the phone and you need to contact me. Don't wait. Don't wait. We could change this so quickly. And if it's not me, hire some other business coach. But for goodness sakes, you deserve to be happy and successful in your business. Okay, we are up to our last break of the show. You are listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. So happy that you are here. And I certainly hope that this has been contributing to you and to the future of the ease and the pleasure in your business. What a couple of the things that I want to remind you of is that chaotic businesses are unsustainable businesses. You cannot sustain a business for any length of time when there's chaos in it. So you deserve to put that right. You deserve to have not only organization and ease in your business, but to have pleasure in what you are doing. Let's bring back that excitement that you had when you had that business thought. The other thing is that when you are having chaos in your business, it's impacting every area of your life, whether you realize it or not. Now, the other chaos in business is when we think of chaos, there can be a creativity of chaos. And some people use this as an excuse for the disorganization chaos, but there is creative chaos. And I absolutely have experienced that. And I wonder how many of you have experienced it as well. Liken it to finger painting with 1-year-olds or 3-year-olds or 5-year-olds. You got a big piece of paper laid out. You've got all sorts of different paint, and everybody is barefoot, and they've got their fingers and their toes, and they're creating all over the place. Lots of artists create, and we see them in the white outfit with lots of paint stains, and there's paint all over the floor, and there's just paint everywhere, and there's a masterpiece in the center of it, right? And it is exactly, Karen says, I definitely have experienced it and has been amazing at times. It can be really amazing. And when you get into that space, don't stop. Just allow that dance of chaos and all the different ideas to spin and play and play with the ideas of what's possible, and write those ideas down and start to do things. Start to do some different things. You don't need to spend a great deal of time on anything, and then really see what really wants to continue to grow and flourish. That kind of chaos can be such a contribution to your business, but you need to be able to identify when you are in creative chaos or when you are in disorganization and out of control chaos, right? That chaotic business that is disorganized and is keeping you from growing, creating stress in your life, that's the chaos that needs to change. And you can change it. You absolutely can. But if you are using the same mind and the same belief system that created all that chaos to try to create out of it, I think you're going to have a very, very difficult time. And that's why I strongly encourage you to get with a business owner. You know, one of the things that people often do in trying to get out of the chaos of their business is they take more courses, and then they take more courses, and they take more courses, and they get all this information of all the additional things that they should do, which send them spiraling down the confusion space even more. Don't keep adding to it. Let's work with what you have. Let's get things organized. Let's set out a plan so that you really can move forward with a lot more ease and pleasure. It is not as difficult as it may sound or feel like in the beginning, but when you have an expert working with you, you can begin to move through that again and again. Next week, I have a show that may provoke some people, and the title is, Are You Broke Enough? Sometimes we have to get to a very deep, dark space in our lives and in our businesses before we will make change. So I'm going to challenge you on that next week. Again, I would love to hear from you. Please contact me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca. You can certainly find me across 450 platforms. You can just Google Inspired Choices with Christine McIver. That's MCIVER. You can also connect with me on my personal website, inspiredchoices.ca, or you can just reach out with an email to me, Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Ask me a question, tell me your thoughts, let me know where you're struggling, and let's see if there's something that we can do to change that so you absolutely can have so much more pleasure. We are also in the process of bringing on new hosts here on the network, and if you know someone that their voice just really contributes to you and you would love to see them on the platform, absolutely have them connect with me. Until next week, my friends, I want you to remember that you can always make another choice. There, you have the ability to change whatever is not working for you. Choose it. Let's choose for you, and let's create even more pleasure in your life and in your business. See you next week.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.